Hello, viewers of Piedmont Athletic on YouTube. My name is Simon Johnston, and I welcome you inside of Cave Arena here with a women's basketball matchup with your Piedmont Lady Lions taking on the Wesleyan College Wolves. Now, the Wesleyan College Wolves are off to an unfortunate start so far this season. They are currently boasting an 0-18 overall record with an 0-14 conference record as well. But for your Lady Lions, this is a perfect opportunity to end your season strong. This is the second to last matchup of the year for your Lady Lions as they play Wesleyan tonight. And then on the 18th, they will be playing Maryville for their final game of the season. For the Lady Lions, they come into the matchup with a 9-5 conference record, which is currently placing them third in the Collegiate Conference of the South, and overall with a 13-10 record. Their last game, they played Berea College a few days ago and unfortunately dropped that game by 14 points, losing 64-48. But history was in fact made last night as your very own Nikia Washington scored the most points in program history by a single player. She bested that record as well as finished the game with a total of 15 points, so it was a historic night indeed. For the Lady Lions, they come into this series with a 31-0 record. They are yet to drop a game in their school's history against Wesleyan College and look to continue that streak here tonight. Both undefeated away and home, and their last matchup was earlier this year on the 31st of January where they defeated the Wolves 96-37. We are about to get underway with the national anthem, so we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back after that national anthem. We are now just about to get underway. We're going to start off with the starting lineups for both teams. Initially, for the visiting Wesleyan College Wolves, they're going to come out with a lineup featuring number 1, Ra Hashim, number 20, Rouse, number 22, Simmons, number 32, Beach, and number 33, Lockett. This is a lineup that they have been utilizing a lot throughout this season. Notable player for the Wolves is definitely going to be Jamila Ra Hashim. She has an average across the season of 20 points per game, so definitely a scoring threat on that end. But for your Piedmont Lady Lions, they are going to switch up the lineup from the traditional 5 that they have gone with for the majority of the season. Head coach Jamie Purdy is going to reach a little bit deeper into her bench and change an entire starting 5 that we have not yet seen this year. For your point guard, we're going to see Nene Eads. Followed up next to her is going to be Cara Crump. Along with her is Riley Bryan. And finishing out the front court is going to be Bentley Cronick as well as Avery McAllister. It's likely head coach Jamie Purdy is going to give these players a lot of looks early as they are usually role players but are coming out to shine here tonight. It's a great opportunity for a lot of the ladies on the green and white bench to get involved and get some shots up tonight. It's going to be an exciting matchup no matter who's on the court, and I am excited to call this game. It is actually my very first, not only solo broadcast, but play-by-play, so bear with me. But I am more pumped than ever to bring you guys the action here tonight. We're just about to get underway. Your Lions are going to be wearing the white with green accent and green numbers, and the visiting Wolves are going to be in the nice purple with white numbering. And here comes the tip-off, and we are officially underway for tonight's matchup. Ball initially is going to go to the Wolves, held by Ra Hashim, the player to keep an eye on for those Wolves. She's going to take a mid-range jumper. No good, boarded by the Lions as they come immediately down transition. Kick out to Bryan. She goes up for the layup. No good, rebounded and in by number 31, Avery McAllister. Wolves dealing with a full court press right off the bat. Lions not content with giving them any sort of space. Press break gets over the halfway line, but is still up in the face of the Wolves. Ball flown out by Ra Hashim. Catch no good, but possession is going to stay. Pass was intended for Beach, but unfortunately just rolled out. Lions never afraid to up the pressure and up the intensity on the defensive end. They have shown full court presses multiple times throughout the season, and again is another instance where they have brought it out. Ra Hashim on the inbound, looking for any option. 5 seconds was begged to be called, no to be, and we're going to see a jump ball first of the game, and possession is going to go for the Lions.
Turnover Wesleyan, Piedmont basketball.
Eads inbounds to Chronic, and back to Eads as she brings it up the court. Flung out to Crump, now out back to Chronic. She pulls up from three, cash! Chronic with her first three of the night. Great shot, and the Lions jump out to an early 5-0 lead. Press bank stays in intention for the Lady Lions. Rouse flies down the court, pulls up mid-range, no good. Rebound Lions, heading the other way is Eads. She's got McAllister on her right, dishes it down to her. Layup, good. McAllister, great layup there. Good find by Eads to set up the easy lay. Lions start off strong with a 7-0 run. Wolves, a lot of questions to be answered early. Rouse with the ball again. Kicks it out to Simmons, who's got it now. Out to Ra Hashim. She's trying to calm the offense down, try and set something up, break down this now what looks like man-to-man coverage. Double screen, Ra Hashim goes around it. Looking to find an option. She flares it out to Simmons. Simmons holds it for initially, but steps out of bounds. Turnover, Wolves, Lions ball. Lions have came with the intensity so far, and they have not shown any signs of slowing down. Great job penetrating inside. Good shot by Chronic as well to get that three-point underway. Eads kicked it out to Crump. Crump now over to what I believe is McAllister. That was Chronic, actually. Chronic's three, no good. Rebound Wolves, Ra Hashim with the ball. Shot no good. Rebound Lions down the lane. Bryan, good. Layup's good for Bryan. Lead now stands at 9-0. Strong start for the Lady Lions. Ball's going to be passed around for the Wolves. Now it sits in the hands of Rouse. Rouse over to Ra Hashim. Wolves yet to score a bucket. Slow start here tonight, but they're not afraid to shoot. Ball goes astray. Pass was intended for Simmons, but Rouse just a little bit behind her. Turnover, Wolves. Bryan now looking to inbound to Eads. Set up a bit of a half-court offense. Bryan actually going to fling it all the way down to Chronic. Now kicked out to Eads. Eads drives inside the lane. No presence there. Eads with an easy lay. 11-0 start for your Lady Lions. The ideal start for any team. Ra Hashim now on the other end, bringing it down. The lefty dribbler trying to create something. Down low in the post is Angel Lockett. She goes for the turnaround, Jay. No good. Rebound Lions. Great job so far. Closing out each possession with just one board. No offensive rebounds. Kicked out to Bryan. Bryan's layup, no good. Back up is McAllister, and one. Fantastic job to stay with the play. She gets the and one and looks to convert a three-point opportunity here at the line. For McAllister, in terms of her free throw percentage, she's shooting a decent 68%, 17 of 25 on the season thus far. This one no good. Perhaps a case of the commentator's jinx there. Rebound, Wolves, Rahashim with the ball once again. And I don't know if you can spot it on the broadcast, but the Wolves bench is very thin here tonight. They just have a total of 7 players, so a lot of cardio for those Wolves here tonight. Rahashim, drive down, no good, clanks off the rim. Rebound, Lions, they are on the fast break once again with numbers. 4-on-2 is the advantage. Bryan, flare out to Crump. Crump holds it back out to Eads. Eads now over to Bryan. Kicks out to Crump. Crump looking to penetrate inside. She draws a defender. Kick out to Chronic. Chronic no good on the lay, and rebound Wolves. Wolves yet to score a bucket. A slow start for them here today. They're currently shooting 0 for 5, but this time Simmons drives inside, goes at 2, looks to draw the foul, no good. Heading back the other way is Bryan along with Chronic on her left. Bryan flares out to the wing, kick out to Eads. Eads for 3 now. No good. Rebound Wolves to Angel Lockett, excuse me. Lions finding a lot of success inside, not a ton on the perimeter, just 1 for 3 so far here in this game. Rahashim now utilizing the double screen that they've run a couple times already in this first quarter. Lady Lions cheerleaders getting loud on the defensive end. Lions looking to not let them score any points here today. Simmons on the turnaround layup. Not to be. Rebound Bryan. Bryan dribbling down the lane. She's got Chronic in the kick out. To Chronic it goes. Chronic now inside. Layup falls just a bit short. Rahashim and the Wolves are going to need to figure out an answer for this defensive scheme. They've gotten a couple inside looks specifically to Simmons, but as of right now, it has been a rough go at things. Eads pokes the ball loose, recovered by Rahashim. Rahashim utilizes the screen from Beach. Drops it down low to Angel Lockett. Angel Lockett with a pump fake. Tries to go up and under and draws the foul on Avery McAllister, the team's first. She is going to go to the line here. And if we take a look at her free throw stats, Angel Lockett is currently shooting about a 26% free throw percentage. I don't have her season statistics, but we are going to be brought to the first stoppage of the game. We're going to take a break with them, but don't go anywhere. Your Lady Lions are off to a fantastic start. 13 points is the gap. We'll be right back. With the conclusion of the media timeout, we are back. 4:34 left to go in the first quarter. Lady Lions still ahead by 13 points. The Wolves yet to score a bucket. We just got delivered our first media break stats, and they are not a bright spot for the Wolves, but they do find themselves at the line. Angel Lockett looking to get her team on the scoring column. Right now, the Wolves 0 for 7 in field goals with just 5 rebounds. Lady Lions, on the other hand, 9 rebounds with shooting 50% from the field, 6 of 12 in the game. Free throw by Lockett is good. Wolves have now jumped in the scoring column. It is now 13-1 in favor of the Lions. Lockett's second attempt, off backboard and rim, but no good. Rebound by the Lions, and checked in for the Lions is number 20, Maddie Dickens. That's going to go to number 4 now, Haley Barino, and the layup's good. Great job by the Lions to stay with that one. Lions lead 15-1 here as Rahashim brings the ball down. They had some success drawing that foul. Looking inside is definitely going to be a benefit. They are a tall team comparatively to those Lady Lions, so if they can look to penetrate inside, utilize Angel Lockett as they look to find her here. Pass goes a little bit long, turnover, Rahashim, Lions ball. We have a couple substitutions for the Lions, as I tried to mention a little bit earlier. We have in number 15, Kelsey Banks, number 20, Maddie Dickens. Shooting the 3 is number 1, Brooklyn Begley, and number 4, Haley Barino. So platoon swap for the Lions, as well as number 23, Jordan Vernon. So whole new group in for the Lions, as we talked about earlier. Jamie Purdy not afraid to go to her bench and utilize her players, especially when you've got double the amount of players that the Wolves have on the court plus their bench entirely. Rahashim now taking it slowly across the halfway line. Seems to be a technical error with the score, Simmons, though, on the layup, good. Wolves have 3 now in the game. Lions wasting no time, already coming back. Ball dropped inside to Vernon. Vernon on the layup, no good. Shut down by Lockett. And the Wolves with a strong defensive possession here. Breaking the press once again. Rahashim on the ball. She has been dominant in ball possession thus far. Rahashim on the one-on-one. She goes for the layup and draws the foul against Kelsey Banks. She's going to head to the line for her first free throws of the night. Looking at Rahashim numbers, she shoots a fair amount of free throws. 5.4 is her average per game, converting a strong 76%. So definitely a player you want to see at the line if you're a Wolves fan. And she is going to have her first attempt here to try and cut the lead down to 11. Free throw good. Lead does indeed drop down to 11. And as we were saying earlier, utilizing the inside presence of both Lockett and newly subbed in Isabel or Izzy Beach is going to be a benefit for the Wolves. Also in for the Wolves is number 30, Taisha Hughes. So a big group in for the Lions. But that doesn't matter to the Lady Lions as number 4, Haley Barino with the layup. Strong pass by Kelsey Banks to get that layup open and in. Lions shooting a fantastic percentage here in the beginning of the game. As Rahashim now with the ball. Drops it down into Beach. Beach with the turnaround layup. Not to be. Rebound. Brooklyn Beagley. Beagley flares it out to Dickens. Dickens now on the ball. Kicks it back out to Beagley. Her shot. No good. Vernon was there. Goes through her hands. Rebound Rahashim. Feels like she has been on every corner of the court already, and we are just a couple minutes into this game. Vernon with the chase down tip. Not a steal, but great defensive hustle there to break up the play and shut down the fast break. We're going to see the 2 subs for the Wolves check in here with number 20, Janiyah J. Rouse, as well as, unfortunately, your hair is blocking it, but I believe that is Casey Wilkerson. Rahashim on the inbound. Wolves finding their footing on the offensive end here. Simmons flares it out to Rahashim. Rahashim now top of the key, uses the screen by Lockett. She pulls up for 3. Just short. Rebound Banks. Lions heading the other way. Banks over to Bagley. Bagley beats 1. Draws 2 now. Kicks it on out. Cash! 3-pointer by Kelsey Banks. Lions lead 19-5 here in the first. A fantastic scoring outing. Multiple players getting in the scoring column early. Rahashim now being picked up immediately when she crosses the court. Back out to Simmons. Simmons throws between 2 Wolves, neither of which are going to get their hand on the ball. Another turnover. It has been a bit of a sloppy start here thus far for the Wolves on the offensive end. A couple of errant passes. Wolves on the other end have been clean. And just as I say that, pass goes a little bit deep from Haley Barino. Looked to be intended for either Vernon or Beagley. I did not see exactly, but Simmons gives it over to Rahashim, and Rahashim heads the other way. Rahashim now draws the defensive foul against Maddie Dickens. Seemed to call a hand check on her. Smart play to draw and get the team another team foul. Rahashim now on the inbound. She gives it out to Simmons. Simmons with the cut. Has a mismatch in terms of height. Goes for the layup. Strong left-hand layup and in for Simmons. Over to Barrino. Barrino now drives inside. Excuse me, that was actually Begley. Begley over to Barrino. Now kicks out to Dickens. Dickens flares it out to Banks. Banks jump shot no good. Rebound Barrino. Barrino gives it to Begley. Jump shot not to be. Rebound Simmons. Simmons over to Rahashim. This duo has been active so far in this game. Rahashim now on the ball. Posts up against Dickens. Rahashim still with the ball. She's traveled wing to wing. Over to Lockett inside. Huge mismatch against Vernon. She goes up with the layup and good with the left hand. Fantastic finish by Lockett. She is an absolute presence inside, but the Lions waste no time heading down to the court and giving it down to Vernon for the layup and lets it go in. Just 15 seconds here in the first quarter. Lions lead 21-9. Wolves content with taking the last shot of the game. They want to find a good open opportunity here. Uses the screen from Simmons. Does Rahashim. Rahashim loses the ball. Stolen by the Lions, but no shot is going to be given. And that is the end of the first quarter. Your Piedmont Lady Lions lead 21-9. A great start on both ends of the court. I don't have all the statistics because we do have a scoreboard error as it stands right now, but from just the eye test, you can see the difference in ability. And if the last matchup was any indication of how this one's going to go in this first quarter as well, we are in for a scoring output for your Lady Lions. Good job defensively. A couple of strong buckets from some of the Wolves, notably Lockett as well as Simmons, getting their presence felt down low. But on the other end, any time those Wolves scored, the Lions immediately turn around, pass the ball down the court as quickly as possible, and look to get a layup and an easy bucket. And it's been working. The transition buckets are definitely something that the Wolves are going to have to keep an eye on. And head coach Jamie Purdy definitely utilizing their numbers to her advantage, as any single time you can make those Wolves run, they are going to be gassed so much quicker than the Lions are going to be because their bench is just so much deeper. Statistically speaking, for your Lady Lions, they're shooting a strong 10 of 23 from the field. Just one three-pointer so far, 1 of 5 overall in the game. But the biggest difference to me is 100% going to be the, if I can find it, the turnover battle. Lions playing a clean game thus far, just 1 turnover as Brian now gets the ball on the top of the key. The Wolves, on the other hand, with 6 turnovers in just the first quarter, so definitely a concern. McAllister with the layup. Not to be. Simmons with the board. Another shutdown possession for the Wolves. Rahashim now on the ball. It's starting to feel like a lot of these players are going to log almost the entire game here. Simmons on the screen for Rahashim. Rahashim picked up by Nene Eads. Over to Rouse, and the ball is loose. Nene Eads now on the ball, given to Crump. Crump kicks it out to Cronic. Cronic, a good three-point shooter just off the front rim. Rebound by McAllister, and good. A couple of offensive rebounds for McAllister so far, and she's converted multiple lay-ins from that position. Great job by McAllister to stay present in the moment. Rahashim posting up Nene Eads all the way on the top of the three-point line. Rahashim step-back three-pointer against Eads. Just deep, no good. Rebound McAllister. Lions heading the other way quickly. Crump kicks it on out to Cronic. Cronic now on the wing, brings it inside. Top of the key for Cronic. Kicks it out to Bryan. Bryan yet to put up a shot. Bryan gives it over to Cronic once again. Cronic over to Crump. McAllister with the screen. Dump pass into McAllister, and she gets the and one. Takes the contact from the Wolves, makes the lay-in with her right, and she gives herself another three-point opportunity. If we remember earlier, she had an and one chance just earlier in the first quarter. Great job on that pick and roll with Crump and McAllister, and another chance to convert a three-point play here for the Lady Lions. Lady Lions currently lead 25-9 as McAllister now steps up for the free throw. Just 0 of 1 so far in this game, but looking to put her percentage up to 50%, and she does. Lions lead now sits at 17 points as the Wolves have a lot to think about early in this game. Rahashim now picked up by Eads on the half court. A lot of constant pressure from Nene Eads. Her defensive prowess is something that makes her such a threat on the defensive end. Contact between Simmons and Nene Eads. That's going to give space for Rahashim. She misses the layup. Rebound Simmons, back out to Rahashim. Rip drive into Nene Eads. She looks to draw the foul, no good. Simmons on the offensive board. Once again, she has been active on the glass thus far. Stolen, however, by Chronic. Chronic now utilizing numbers of 3-on-1, 4-on-1 for the Lions. Dump pass over to Brian. Brian, layup, good. Great job by Chronic to draw in that one defender. Dump it off to Brian for the wide open layup. Lions exploding so far. Looks like the scoreboard's back up. As you can see, 28-9 is your score just a couple minutes into the second quarter. Rouse kicks it over to Rahashim. Rahashim tries to skip ball over, but stolen by Chronic. Chronic, another advantage. 3-on-2 is the break this time. Brian again on the block. Good. Draws a foul and one opportunity for the Lions. Great job by Chronic to dump off to the open woman. And she, little slow to get up, seems to be okay. A tough group are the Lady Lions. And for Brian, she's getting active on the offensive end. And in terms of free throw numbers so far this season, she ranks pretty well. She shoots a strong 70%, shooting 21 of 30 across the season. The freshman for the Lady Lions has seen a good amount of minutes on both the starting platoon as well as starting here tonight. So a good conversion there as she gets her three-point play of the evening. Eads immediately picking up Rahashim once again. Rahashim no space to breathe with Nene Eads defending her. Rahashim using the screen once again from Simmons. Simmons sitting top of the key. Rahashim on the ball. It's going to go to Simmons now, top of the key. Kick out to Rouse. Rouse, turnaround J, no good. Rebound by Berger, and that is going to draw herself another foul. It looked like McAllister may have been the one on the contact. First personal for McAllister as Trinity Berger now steps to the line. Wolves starting to get a little bit more active in the interior. They have such a strong advantage down low, and they're finally starting to utilize it. If I'm the head coach for the Wolves, I'm telling us, hey, slow down. We're low in numbers. We don't have a ton of players, but we have the size, we have the strength definitely to get down low. So you want to try and break the press as quickly as you can, not expend a ton of energy, and then try and set up a strong half-court offense with your presence down low. But when you have the Lady Lions flying down the court like they are, it's tough to get any sort of cut into this deficit. Great job by Chronic on the easy layup. And the Lions now are ahead by 24 points. 33-9 is your score with just 6:30 to go. We're going to see a timeout called by the Wolves, an opportunity to talk it over. A lot to talk about if you are the Wolves. And we're going to take a break with them, but we'll be just back in a second. Your Lions lead 33-9 with 6:38 to go in the second quarter. Welcome back inside Cave Arena as we have 6:38 to go in the second quarter. Lady Lions lead by 24. 33-9 is the score. And looking at the statistics, it's close in a couple areas, rebounds notably, but the big difference maker in the rebound category, the difference currently is 6 total, but there are 7 offensive rebounds for the Lady Lions. We have seen this time and time again throughout the season, and another instance where they are so active on the offensive glass, giving themselves multiple offensive opportunities. Nene Eads gets between the dish and goes for a jump ball here. Possession's going to stay with the Wolves, but with the Lions being so active on the glass, it is so hard for these Wolves to close out any sort of possession. And to pair with that, the Lady Lions are currently shooting a staggering 48% from the field, most of that coming from those layups. And the ability to push down the court and just move at such a quicker pace than the Wolves has definitely been one of their biggest advantages. Head coach Jamie Purdy definitely game planned for the lack of numbers of the Wolves. Ball inbounded by Rahashim, given to Lockett, back to Rahashim now atop of the key. Being pestered by Nene Eads is Rahashim. Over to Simmons. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. No shot's going to be put up. That's going to be a shot clock violation against the Wolves. A little bit of a lack of awareness there from Simmons. Unable to get a shot up. And it's going to be Lions ball going the other way. Nene Eads over to Crump. Crump back to Nene Eads. Over to Bryan. Passing it around the arc. Now to Chronic. Chronic three-pointer. Cash! Great shot by Chronic. She's got 2 3-pointers to her name already. Selfless ball movement from the Lady Lions, and they always find that open lady to take that shot. Wolves on the other end now. Simmons guarded by Bryan. She's going to have a screen set by Lockett. Simmons now drives inside. Another miscommunication. Looked like a hand from one of the Lady Lions got on the ball, and it's going to stay Wolves ball. Rahashim on the inbound once again. A platoon swap coming in for the Piedmont Lady Lions. It's going to be that group we saw earlier with Dickens, Vernon, Banks, Barino, and Begley. This group a little bit shorter in stature, something the Wolves definitely need to think about in terms of getting inside, but a quick group nonetheless. Inbound's going to go from Simmons. Three-pointer, no good by Beach, and Lions head the other way. Dickens flying down the court. She's got not a numbers advantage, but the speed advantage for sure. Layup good off the left hand and in. Lions 38 points so far with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, an offensive shootout. Every player looking to get up on the points, and every player looking to be aggressive on defense as Barino now gets a hand on the ball. She steals it 2-on-1 for the Lady Lions. That's out to Dickens. Dickens, left-hand layup once again. Good. Dickens back-to-back points. She's up to 4 so far in just 30 seconds of play here. Dickens now picks up Rahashim. Great spin move. Layup just a little bit long. Rebound, Lady Lions. Kelsey Banks going to head the way. Now over to Vernon. Vernon on the layup on the right hand. No good. Good defense by Beach. Tipped by Barino. Begley now on the ball. Kicks it out. Kept in play. Three-pointer attempt from Dickens. Good! Lady Lions not shooting a fantastic three-point percentage. Just 3 of 9 on the game, but they are hitting it when they are wide open, and that's more than enough to put a deficit and put an increase on this deficit for the Wolves. 43-9 is the score with 4:30 to go in the second quarter. Lady Lions looking to blow this game wide open, try and match their point differential from the last time these two teams met. Simmons is going to kick it out. Three-point attempt. No good. Rebound Lions. Kelsey Banks kicks it on over to Begley. Begley now three-pointer. Just short, but guess who's there? A Lady Lion. And that's going to be Haley Barino with the easy lay-in off the offensive board. Simmons now going to bring the ball up for the Wolves, hoping to find some sort of spark of offense. The biggest success they have is down low, and they have been shooting a lot of jumpers as of late. Rahashim now on the left wing. She's got Dickens guarding her. Screen by Lockett. Rahashim goes over the layup, no good. Dickens with the contact helps up the opponent. Great sportsmanship there by Dickens. Rahashim is going to head to the line. We talked about her in the beginning of the game. 20 points per game average, but so far a brutal shooting night. Over 0 for 8 on the night and 0 points to show for it, of course, but an opportunity here to get a couple points. Excuse me, she actually does have 2 points. She's 2 for 2 from the line thus far. This is her second trip to the free throw line, so she is in the scoring column. But when you're a 20 points per game scorer, not the best start to the game, but if her 0 for 7 indication tells us anything, it's that she will not stop shooting. She will not stop looking for chances to score. Rahashim now on the line. Free throw, rims out, no good. Rahashim throws something to the end line. Not sure exactly what it was. Looked like a piece of paper almost. Second free throw attempt for Rahashim. Off the rim and in. Lions now heading the other way. Vernon gives it to Dickens. Dickens now on the ball. Left-handed driver. Dickens now low and inside. Kicks it down to Vernon. Vernon with the layup. Good. The ball movement by this Lady Lions squad has been something to marvel at. They have been looking for that extra pass every single time to set up the best opportunity for the points. Rahashim now seemingly asking for a screen. She's going to get one from Rouse, but calls it off. Now a box-and-one setup for the Wolves. Wolves take the J. Rahashim's jump shot from the mid-range, no good. She's complaining for a foul. No call is going to be given, and deep pass by Dickens on the transition. No good. Intended for Barino, but just out of reach. Turnover, Lady Lions in a rather clean game thus far. Rahashim and the Wolves, though, need to set their sights on the offensive end. Just 10 points here in over 18 minutes of play, so a lot to think about and a lot of opportunity because the size advantage is still there. A couple screens, a couple deep drives inside, and they could find themselves slowly chipping away at this lead, but Rahashim content to stay at the top. She's now going to utilize the screen. Step back three from Rahashim. Rims in and out and no good. Rebound Lions. They head the other way. Kelsey Banks on the ball right now, heading down the right sideline. She's going to be called for the travel. Perhaps a little too excited for another offensive opportunity. We're going to see a sub from the Lions. Looks like Rahashim is going to take a breather. So we're going to see Rouse and Simmons now, the dynamic duo on the ball. Lady Lions still playing that high press man coverage. It has been so strong for them in the last couple games. We're going to see an offensive foul call against Rouse. Looked to be some sort of arm gesture at the defender. Didn't quite get a good glimpse of it. Ball now going to be inbounded to Barino for the Lady Lions. Lead stands at 37. 47-10 is your score with 2 minutes to go. Dickens for three. Just off the back rim and no good. But rebound by Begley. She fights for it with Simmons. Gets it. Barino now with the pickup against Simmons. Drives inside. Dumped down to Vernon. Blocked by Simmons. Great defensive effort there. She's fighting for the rebound. She recovers back in time and gets a hand on the ball. Simmons takes it down the court. She's going to give it to Navisa Montgomery, Rouse now on the ball. Calling for another box-and-one setup. She looks for this double screen, confusing the defender. Lane's going to switch on that. Now Begley is on the ball. Tip pass. No good. Another steal. Vernon this time on a one-on-one. Vernon layup. Good. The speed at which these Lady Lions break in the open lane is absurd. We're going to see another timeout called by the head coach of the Wolves. And Lady Lions, an impressive lead with just 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Lead stands 49-10. We're going to take a short break with them. And when we return, the conclusion of the first half. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back inside Cave Arena, where your Piedmont Lady Lions have been displaying a moment of dominance, frankly, against the Wesleyan College Wolves. Scoreline sits at 49-10 with just 1:20 to go in the second quarter. And after looking at some of the statistics at the end of this timeout, the Lady Lions have shot double the amount of field goals as the Wolves, just offensively shooting lights out. They're shooting 50%, which is impressive nonetheless, but steal again. And it's their defense that has been so strong thus far. Offense has been good too. Rebound by Dickens. Dickens brings it out to the three-point line. She's going to swing it over to Begley, Begley now back out to Dickens. Dickens three-pointer going to be called off for a travel. A couple happy feet steps in between the jump shot and the catch of the ball. And Wolves content with ending the possession with no shot. 46 seconds left in the first half. Rahashim checked back into the game. She drives inside, picked up by Vernon at the end. Layup goes just a little bit deep. Begley now, transition. Swings it over to Banks. Banks, no good. Another jump ball. This time going to keep possession for the Lady Lions. Great offensive effort, I guess that'd be classified as. 28 seconds left in the first half. Vernon wide open on the block. Goes to her hands and she makes the lay-in. Great job by Vernon. Vernon right now playing an impressive game. Vernon's got 10. Rahashim now on the other end. Picked up by Barino. Rahashim flares it out to Simmons. Simmons now against Dickens. Size advantage, all her, but Vernon with the double team. Simmons gets a shot off, no good. Rebound, Rahashim. But that's going to be the end of the game. Shot not off in time, and your Lady Lions at the end of 2 lead a strong, strong offensive performance. 51 points is the score to the Wolves 10. We're going to take a break for halftime, but when we come back, we're going to see if these Lady Lions can keep up the offensive dominance that they have displayed thus far. And for the Wolves, we're going to see if they can try and chip away at the lead a little bit, try and get a little bit more active, a couple more shots to drop. Don't go anywhere. This has been Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, viewers of Piedmont Athletics on YouTube. We are just about to get underway with the second half. Your Piedmont Lady Lions women's basketball team leading 51-10 after the conclusion of the first half. And we're starting a little bit before the beginning of the second half because I want to go over a couple of stats. A lot is going in favor of the Lady Lions. The rebound battle, one of the most important stats to think about when you're looking analytically at a matchup. And the Lady Lions have dominated in that facet. They're at a plus 12 advantage. The biggest statistic, though, for me that was completely eye-opening when I was taking a gander is the assist numbers. Your Lady Lions have a total of 15 team assists. Great job moving the ball around, finding the extra person, and looking to get the easy bucket. But for the Wesleyan Wolves, they have 0 team assists. They have 10 points. They've had many of opportunities to score, but all points have come off unassisted attempts. The other notable statistic I want to bring up just before we get away to the second half is the turnover battle, where the Wolves have an unfortunate 14 turnovers at the end of the first half, with your Lady Lions playing a much cleaner game, just 4 to their name. Shooting-wise, it's also been a pretty strong discrepancy, as I talked about just at the end of the first half. 44 total shot attempts for the Lady Lions, 23 of those dropping, with a total of 52% of the game, and 3 field goals have fallen for the Wolves. It's been a tough shooting night for the purple and white, and they are going to look to try and change tide here in the second half. Very similar lineups coming out for both teams. For your Lady Lions, you see Brian, Crump, Eads, McAllister, as well as Chronic out on the floor. And for the Wolves, you have a couple familiar faces as well. Simmons, Lockett. You have Hashim, who gets the steal there. Rouse, and to round out the 5, you have Beach. Lockett now top of the key over to Rahashim, who has been an active shooter, 0 for 11, unfortunately, but never shy of putting up a shot. She's going to draw a foul here. Gets herself another chance at the free throw line. Currently shooting 3 of 4 from the line, so converting a strong 75%. Hoping to open the offensive scoring early for the Lions, or excuse me, the Wolves. Hopefully a boost of momentum if these two fall. Rahashim's first attempt. Good. She jumps up to 4 of 5, 80% on the night. Great job from the charity stripe for the Wolves. They're shooting just north of 50%, a decent team average. But it's the field goals when the ball is not dead that has really been hurting them. Rahashim's second attempt drops as well, nothing but net. She is now up to 5 points on the night. Ball inbounded quickly across half court. Chronic gives it out to Eads, who swings it over to Brian. Brian, top of the key, out to Crump. Crump, seemingly double team, going to go back over to Eads. Looks like a 2-1-2 zone, something we see a good amount from the men's basketball team of Piedmont. Chronic from way downtown, just long. Rebound McAllister, great offensive board there. Brian now takes the midi J, just short. Rebound Simmons. Lady Lions so active on the offensive glass. We saw that a lot. They totaled 10 offensive boards in the first half alone. So never shy of crashing both ends of the glass. Rahashim picked up early again by Nene Eads. Ball going to be swung around to Rouse. Rouse picks up the dribble early. Flings it on over to Simmons. Height advantage on Brian. She's about to get double teamed. Simmons backs up. Out to Rahashim. She's got an open look for a 3. Just short. Rebound Crump. Lions sprinting, knowing they have the stamina advantage, knowing they have the numbers advantage. McAllister up to Chronic. Chronic gives it to Brian. Brian drives on the left side. No good. Rebound Chronic. Eads, top of the key, picked up Rahashim. Eads flings it over to Chronic. Chronic, a good 3-point shooter. She takes another one, rims in and out, no good. Eads on the offensive glass once again. Crump now over to Brian. Brian dribbles down the lane. Midi J, good. Great job of the Lions never giving up on that play. A couple of offensive boards in that possession alone. So good. Opportunistic. Definitely a character trait for these Lady Lions, as their lead currently sits at 41. Rahashim, step back 3. Not to be, just off the glass. Crump now flying down the lane. Lockett trying to catch her, no good. Lockett swings, or excuse me, Crump over to Brian. Brian gives it back to Crump. Crump Throws it. Chronic keeps it in play with the offensive hustle. Eads now splits 2 defenders. Go to the lane. Blocked. Simmons, block, rebound. Flings it on down to Rahashim, but great hustle by Crump as she gets back for the ball and gets the steal as well. Crump wasting no time coming down the other way. Layup just off. Rebound Bryan. She drives inside. No good. McAllister says, why not? Let's shoot a 3. Good! Love all that. Avery McAllister, have yourself a game. She's off to a fantastic start. 14 points, and she is itching to get a double-double here tonight. Wolves now. Rahashim once again on the ball, excuse me. Screen by Lockett. Rahashim penetrates inside. Double team, no good. Rebound, Crump. Crump, 3-on-1 now for the Lady Lions. Bryan gives it to Chronic. Chronic mumbles the pass a little bit. She keeps possession over to Bryan. Back up top to Eads. Eads finds a wide open Crump in the corner. Just off the right rim. Rebound McAllister though. Eads rifles it down. But the hands of Riley Bryan were not ready for that pace. And it's going to be turnover Lions, Wolves ball. But Avery McAllister, as we talked about a little bit earlier with her double-double potential, she's sitting at 14 points, 9 rebounds, so very attainable goal here. Something you have to keep an eye on for this second half. There's going to be a 10-second violation against the Wolves. Simmons a little bit too late to get that ball across the halfway line. And that's going to be turnover Wolves once again. Chronic now inbounding for the Lions. Over to Nene Eads, and that field goal discrepancy, just the amount of attempts alone is so big because of their activity on the offensive glass. They may be down in the height, they may be down in the size, but they are not shy of getting down and dirty. 3-pointer by Crump, no good. Rebound Wolves. Rahashim on the ball now. Keeps it out to the left wing. Dumps it down to Simmons. Crump goes for the steal, no good. Simmons gets a turnaround layup, fouled by McAllister, and she's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Piedmont foul number 31, Avery McAllister with 13 seconds.
Avery McAllister with 3 fouls. Not yet a concern. Obviously, you play until 5, and with such a deep bench, nothing too worrying about that situation. Simmons now on the line. She's got a couple of points. She's currently sitting at a total of 4. First free throw, no good. Second free throw for Simmons. Just short. Rebound Lockett, though. Good hands by Lockett to box out Avery McAllister, and ball is going to stay with the Wolves. Rahashim now up top once again, picked up by Nene Eads. Nene Eads, such a pest on the defensive end, always looking to poke a ball loose. Rahashim kicks it out to Rouse. Rouse bounces a couple times off the backboard. No out of bounds call, and we're going to actually see a shot clock violation against the Wolves. A squad swap here for your Lady Lions as we see the same 5 check in as last half. You've got Dickens, you've got, Begley, Barino, Banks, and Vernon rounding out the 5. Rouse going to sub on out for the Wolves, and we're going to see Berger check back in. Good cross by Barino. Barino drives immediately inside against a taller defender, but not to be. Ball jostled around. They're going to give possession to the Wolves. Bit of a sloppy sequence there from the line, something you're not used to seeing so far in this game, but good job by the Wolves to contest that quick layup attempt by Barino. Wolves just 2 points in this quarter. A slow offensive start once again. Obviously those 2 points coming from Rahashim's free throw attempt, so no field goals yet made. Handoff given to Simmons from Lockett. Simmons going to kick it on out to Beach. Beach now over to Rahashim. Rahashim, such an active player on both ends of the court. Dumps it down to Simmons. Simmons go for the layup, no good, and she's going to head back to the line for another pair of free throw attempts. Hoping that she was going to convert the layup, but just not in the cards. We're going to see a media timeout here, and we're actually going to stay through this one, talk about the statistics a little bit. The biggest one that I didn't mention at halftime is usage percentage. A bit of a super analytical piece of information, if you will, because usage percentage basically talks about how involved the player is in a certain play. So if a play involves a shot attempt, a turnover, or what I believe is a rebound, anytime one of those actions happen, if the player is involved in that, that's how your usage percentage is impacted. And on an average NBA team or WNBA team, a good usage percentage when you're looking at sharing the ball and multiple players are getting involved is around 20%. Well, Rahashim for the Wolves currently sits at 48%. That is absurd. Basically meaning every rebound, turnover, or shot that has ever gone up in this game for the Wolves has been half the time involving Rahashim. Now, you have to consider that she is by far the team's leading scorer. So her putting up 14 shots, not surprising. She is an active shooter and is not afraid to pull the trigger. And although none of the shots have fallen here today, she's shooting well at the line, 83%, and just an unfortunate game being ice cold. But if that's any indication of what we've seen so far from Rahashim, she's not going to stop shooting. And I admire that from a player. Never want to drop off in confidence. A very famous quote has been said that I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 10 because it means I've never lost confidence, and that's definitely playing in the back of the mind of Rahashim here today. But we turn our attention to Simmons, who's got a pair of free throw attempts here. First one up and in for Simmons. Her total jumps up to 5 points, just her first free throw make of the day. She's got 8 boards as well to pair along with those points. Decent showing so far on the glass, hoping to get the point total up a little bit. Second attempt looks to be deep, is deep. Rebound Dickens. Lions flying down the court once again. Dickens on the left wing, picked up by Beach. A wide open Bagley. 3-point attempt, cash! Great shot by Brooklyn Begley to convert another 3-point attempt. Team as a whole shooting not an impressive number from 3, just 5 of 18, but obviously hitting those 5 threes have been huge for increasing their scoring totals. Rahashim now on the other end, picked up by Barino. Barino fighting through the screen from Berger and Simmons. Simmons now on the ball. Vernon gets a tip on the pass intended for Berger, but could not hold on to the ball, so ball is going to stay with the Wolves. 4:19 left in the third quarter. Lady Lions lead 59-13. Rahashim, deep pass to Simmons. Simmons inside, goes for the layup. Jumps up and in. Great job by Simmons, utilizing her height against the smaller Barino. Lions, though, wasting no time. Dickens immediately drives into the lane. Kicks out to Begley. Begley for 3. Short, but rebound Barino. How about Barino getting inside for the offensive glass? Great job by Barino, not giving up on the play, and you see another offensive rebound turn into second chance points for those Lady Lions. Not sure what the dead ball is exactly called for. There's no timeout, no foul, so interesting stoppage there from the referees. Not exactly sure, but nevertheless, we carry on. Berger from the corner, just short. Lions heading the other way. Banks on the ball now. Kelsey Banks gives it to Begley. We have Dickens, left wing, just a little long. Rebound Simmons. Simmons just 1 rebound shy of her 10. So active on the glass tonight. Rahashim's going to give it over to Beach. Beach, no jump shot. Short, but Simmons on the offensive glass. Second offensive board already. Goes to the layup again and in. Absolute dog on the offensive end is Simmons. That's going to push her rebound totals north of 10. Great job by Simmons. She's got 10 rebounds and 9 points on the night. She's been a bright spot in the rather dim showing for the Wolves thus far. We've got 3:09 left in the third quarter as we see another substitution for the Wolves, though Berger seemed to be pleading her case to stay in. Not going to be the case as we see Navissa Montgomery check back in. Dickens, though, finding Banks. Banks with the layup up and in for the Wolves, or excuse me, for the Lions. 2 Predators that I cannot differentiate right now for some reason. Rahashim on the ball once again. That usage percentage will just continue to rise, it seems like. Ball dumped down to Lockett. Lockett against Vernon. I want that matchup with Lockett every single time, and foul against Vernon. Lockett's going to head to the line for a pair of free throws. It has amazed me in terms of how this team is set up, where you have a distinct size advantage down low with Simmons and Lockett. I mean, any 5 out of the 10 players we've seen for the Lady Lions cannot match up with those two individuals. And so Simmons has been getting impressively active on the glass, 10 rebounds to her name, but just not many low layups, low block shots besides for Rahashim, which is just very odd to me. Second free throw is going to go in for Lockett. Barino fakes out Rahashim. Jump shot no good. Rebound Simmons. Another board to her name. Press coming out from the Lions. Wolves need to get the ball across the court. They do indeed. 10-second violation, nothing to be worried about. Rahashim back on the ball. Picked up now by Barino. Rahashim still with it. Splits the defenders to find Simmons. Simmons on the low block. Picks up her dribble, gives it back to Rahashim. Bounces off the knees, bounces off the leg. We're going to see a shot clock violation. No shot thrown up. Rahashim loses the ball just as the waning seconds drip away. Ball is going to give over to the Lions. Barino now bringing the ball down the court. Smooth crossover against Rahashim. She goes right into the lane and gives an easy layup to grab a pair of points for Barino. Barino now has 8 points, on the night with 4 boards, all of which are offensive. How about that? 4 offensive boards just for Barino alone. Great job. Blocked by Begley. Great defensive effort there as Rahashim shut down once again on the offensive end. Great defensive effort by Begley there. Rahashim on the inbound now. Wolves retained possession. Going to find Simmons. Back out to Rahashim. No look pass. Stays in bounds. Montgomery now on the ball. Gives it back to Rahashim. Rahashim deep three-pointer. Just out. Rebound Simmons, though. We're going to see a couple, 1 too many steps from Simmons. That's going to be another turnover for the Wolves. Turnover battle, as we talked about earlier, just not anywhere close to in favor of the Wolves. 19-6 for the amount of turnovers. Great dump pass by Barino to find Banks. Begley now stealing the lazy pass, but Rahashim back in the recovery. Wolves keep the ball. 2-on-1 here. We're going to see a reach and foul and a lot of contact. Rahashim's going to go down hard. Brutal. It was in a defensive play trying to get a hand on the ball, but legs got tripped up and Rahashim took the blunt of the force. Rahashim back up. Trooper to keep going, and Rahashim is going to head to the line, I believe, for another couple of free throws. She's been getting in the lane. She's been an aggressive individual. This is going to be her 7th and 8th free throw attempts here tonight, and only missing 1 is a great and admirable statistic. Ref checking on Rahashim, making sure she's all right. She did go down extremely hard, so good for her to take a couple more seconds, take a breather. We're going to see the foul assessed on Banks. Rahashim, hands on knees, needs to focus on converting these free throws. First one good. Rahashim has been as close to perfect as you can ask for. Good showing at the line. As a team, not too bad either, shooting 9 of 17, which is a lot better than the Lions at just 2 of 3. So good job by the Wolves to get into the lane, draw those fouls, but just not enough shots dropping from away from the free throw line. Both shots are going to go down for Rahashim, so she's going to add a pair of points to her tally. Dickens is going to kick it on out to Banks. Banks three-pointer, no good. Rebound Vernon. Vernon's going to get fouled by Simmons and head to the line herself. Just talking about the Lions' inability to get to the line, and well, they told me to eat my words. They're right back at it. Lions field goal percentage, impressive 46%. Vernon herself is having an impressive game as we take a look at her individual stats. Vernon currently with 10 points, 4 rebounds, a steal to her name as well. She's doing a great job getting involved when needed and flying down the court consistently. She's going to watch one of those free throws go in, and the lead now stands at 66-20 in favor of the Wolves, or excuse me, in favor of the Lions with just 40-ish seconds to go. Dickens picks up Rahashim. Rahashim now picked up by Barino. Another screen by Simmons. Dickens back on Rahashim. Screen by Beach this time. Stolen by Vernon. Pass was intended for Lockett. Vernon flying down the court with just Beach to beat. Misses the left-handed layup, but guess who's there? Another Lady Lion this time. Banks on the layup. She's going to head to the line now. And in back-to-back possessions, Lady Lions find themselves at the free throw line. A very impressive all-around game for a lot of players here today. No one really eye-popping in terms of scoring numbers. McAllister leading the team with 14, but a lot of players near double digits. Vernon, of course, with 11, and Bryan herself has 9, Cronic with 8, Barino with 8, and Dickens with 7. So good scoring output from a lot of different players here to combine to their current 67, now 68 tally. Good shooting from Banks to convert the free throws. She goes 2 for 2 at the line. Rahashim now, ball in hand, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Double screen given by the Wolves. Rahashim now picked up by Barino. Just 10 seconds left. Deep pass intended for Simmons. Simmons gets a hand on a great catch. Pass flown out again from Montgomery. Ball jostled around. It's going to stay Wolves' ball. 3.2 seconds left. They have to get a shot off here. They cannot let their distractions get the best of them. Ball immediately inbounded. Three-pointer by Rahashim, deep. They got the shot off. It was a well-drawn-out play. Lockett gave it right back to Rahashim for the 3, but nothing falling. Rahashim definitely not going to be fond of this gym come the conclusion of this game because she is a staggering 0 for 16, 0 for 7 from 3. Continuously trying to get that first bucket to go in, but has yet to hit in 3 quarters of play. We're going to take a quick break before the start of the fourth quarter. Your Lady Lions lead 68-20. We welcome you back inside Cave Arena for the beginning of the fourth quarter here with your Lady Lions leading 68-20 ahead of the Wesleyan College Wolves. The Lady Lions the entire game have brought a different starting 5 than what they're used to across the entire season, but these 5 to 10 individuals have played a fantastic game of basketball, not once slowing down and outputting an impressive number of points while limiting their opponents to a small amount. Cronic from the wing. Just short. Rebound, Nene Eads beats out Berger for the board. Great job by Nene Eads hustling to get that one. Crump now on the wing. She's going to find Nene Eads on the free throw line. Nene Eads dumps it down to Cronic. Cronic picked up by Lockett. Nene Eads now for the free throw attempt mid-range. And, well, she got a bit of a draft in the arena here today as that one hits nothing but air. Simmons going to give the ball to Rahashim, now given back to Simmons. Simmons having a strong game individually, just has not helped the team overall make a comeback. Simmons going to give the ball to Montgomery, now over to Rahashim. Rahashim dropped down to Berger. Berger immediately turns around, fires, no good. Rebound McAllister, poked away by Rahashim, but Crump retains the ball. Crump Heading down the court, full speed. Nobody seems to notice she's coming. An easy lay-in for Crump. Great job to utilize her pace and take advantage of the exhausted Wesleyan College Wolves. Simmons, top of the key, going to kick it out to Montgomery. Back to Simmons now. Simmons way in the corner, intended for Rahashim. She's going to shoot for three, just short. Cronic gets a touch on it, but it's going to fly out. They're actually going to give... All right, they're going to give the call to the Wolves. I believe that is the right call, as Cronic did seem to get the last touch on the ball. A couple of substitutions for the Wolves. Montgomery and Berger are going to check out, and in come Beach and Rouse. Starting five for the Wolves back on the floor, and it's been a tough night for the Wolves. Bright spot definitely is going to be Simmons. She's got 9 points, 12 boards, 4 of them being offensive. So an impressive night, something to write home about for sure. But the rest of the team, well, it's been a tough night in every facet. Rahashim, her 9th three-point attempt is not going to drop yet to hit a bucket in live basketball. Cronic on the other end is going to make the lay-in. Lead stands at 52 points, an advantage of the Lady Lions. They're having a fun night here at home in Cave Arena. Spectators enjoying it as well as players you don't sometimes get to see getting involved here tonight. Rahashim's three, deep, and immediately flying back down in transition. We're going to look for McAllister. McAllister on the right block, lays it on in, and Lady Lions are not going to stop once from this transition, this electric pace of basketball that they have branded themselves to. Wolves setting up in the half-court offense. Simmons going to dump it down to Lockett. Lockett holds on to a turnaround, mid-range, off the backboard and no good. Rebound, Cronic. Here come the Lady Lions once again with endless amounts of energy. Dumped off to McAllister from Cronic, and great job by McAllister to finish that one off. She's got 18 and 11, an impressive stat line here tonight. Cronic with the assist. She's got 10 points and 5 assists as well as 5 boards. A great job by a multitude of Lady Lions here to continue to pulverize this Wolves team. Simmons, though, on the other end, draws the contact from McAllister, and she is going to head to the line for a chance at an and one. Simmons has been the most aggressive player next to Rahashim here tonight, and she's found herself at the line a good amount. For Simmons, this is going to be her fifth free throw attempt, excuse me. She's hit just one so far this game. And it's going to stay that way. Ball jostled around. Rebound's going to go to Cronic. Here come the Lady Lions. Full court sprint once again. Out to Nene Eads. Over to Bryan. Now to Crump. Now to Cronic in the corner. Just deep. But guess who's there? Bryan. She's going to get the board and get fouled. Shooting foul once again. Lady Lions going to find themselves at the free throw line. We talked about their quote-unquote lack of free throw shooting in the first half. Just 3 attempts. But overall in this game, they have started to find themselves at the free throw line a good amount. This is going to be attempt number 8 and 9 as a team, shooting a now 5 of 8. Wesleyan still dominant in that category. 19 total free throw attempts to their name, 10 hits. So a little bit above 50% as a team. Lady Lions, if they hit this one, will be at 60%. A little bit higher in percentage, but a little bit lower in makes. That one's going to draw up for Bryan. She's going to grab herself a point, and her total now stands at 10, excuse me. 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists for Bryan. A good night for herself as well. Nene Eads going to realize that pass is given right to her, and she's going to now come in transition. 4-on-1 opportunity for the Lions. Dumped off to Bryan. Bryan not going to pull up. She's going to pull out, actually. Take on 2 defenders now. Ball poked away. Rouse gains possession, but takes a trip around the world, and they're not going to call it travel. Letting them play on. Why not? Simmons tries to find the double-team Rahashim. Rahashim gets hit like a wide receiver in the Super Bowl. Ball not going to be caught. Lady Lions come the other way to a wide-open Crump. Crump now in the wing. Double bounce off the rim, not to fall. McAllister tried to kick it out to a teammate. No one was there, just a horde of Wolves. Here's Rahashim now, picked up by Crump. Endless pressure, and she's going to draw the foul from Crump. Rahashim, a great athlete when it comes to drawing fouls. She utilizes her body and her agility so well to lure in defenders and then draw the contact. Platoon swap coming on in for your Lady Lions as we see the familiar names once again of Banks, Dickens, Vernon, Barino, and Begley coming on in for your Lady Lions. Ball inbounded quickly to Lockett. Lockett gives it to Simmons. Simmons, once again, down on the block. No good. Ball is going to stay with the Wolves as the Lions were unable to grab a board there before it headed out of bounds. Wolves have had an impressive array of inbound plays, I won't lie. They've gotten a good amount of shots from a lot of low block plays, but when the ball is live, that's when they start to struggle. Simmons drawing another foul, going to head to the line once again, I believe. Great aggressive play by Simmons. Her and the free throw line have not been friends so far here today, just 1 of 5, but she is getting to the line a good amount, which is, you know, how you start. You just got to start converting them. Simmons' first attempt drops. She heads up to 2 of 6 of the night. It's her 12th point overall, 12 boards as well. Baker's dozen at both ends is an impressive statistic. Actually, I think Baker's dozen is 13. We'll see if she hits it. Just a little deep and rebound Lions. Barrino on the ball, picked up by Rouse, Banks kicks it on out to Dickens, now to Begley. Over to Banks, Barrino, ball movement is flawless from these Lady Lions. Begley gonna drive inside, draw 2 defenders, kick it on out to Banks. Banks in the corner, cash! Fantastic selfless play and unselfish effort by all 5 of the Lady Lions as that ball was moved around so quickly. The Wolves had no idea who to cover. Great drive in from Begley to penetrate and grab 2 defenders and leave a wide open Banks on the corner. On the other end, Simmons, another handoff from Lockett, a play that they've been going to a good amount. Simmons, short jumper, no good, and Lions come the other way. Begley on the ball now. Kicks it out to Barrino. Why not shoot for 3? Toilet bowl in and out, not to fall. Brutal for Banks, but Begley deep. No good. Rebound, Vernon. She got active on the glass. Another one for Vernon. She's going to draw the foul. Great job getting herself in position to grab a couple of offensive boards. She's going to head to the line.
22-9 Simmons, her third, team second, media timeout.
Vernon's having a strong game as well. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, and so many of these players with an absurd amount of offensive board. You got Barrino with 4, you've got McAllister with 6, and you got Vernon with 5. We've got 4:47 left in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a short break along with the teams. We'll be right back at the conclusion of the timeout. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back inside Cave Arena. Simon Johnstein here to bring you the conclusion of this matchup between the Piedmont Lady Lions and the Wesleyan College Wolves. It's been all Piedmont Lady Lions all night tonight. 80 points to their name, an advantage of 57, An incredible showcase of talent for the Lady Lions. Vernon steps up at the line, knocks down the first. He drew a foul just before the media timeout of the 4th. Vernon now looking to complete the 2nd, and I was given a page of statistics during that timeout, and the first thing I wanted to look at was the assist numbers because those Lady Lions have been moving the ball around so impressively, and they have blown away their season average of assists. Usually in a game, they're going to get about 13 assists as a team. Well, tonight they're already at 21, an amazing statistic for them, and they have been fantastic in every facet. Vernon with the rejection on the other end. Great job by Vernon on defense. Ball immediately given on out. Begley tried to find Vernon on the block to reward it, but not to be. Stolen by Rahashim. Rahashim flying down the lane. She's going to miss it once again, and Begley on the glass. Lady Lions flying down the court. Finds Vernon, does Begley, and Vernon with another layup. She jumps up to 14 points on the night. She can do it on defense with the rejections. She can do it on offense with the free throws and the points, and well, what else do you need? A near double-double, 14.7 boards for Vernon. Barrino poked the ball loose, recovered by the Wolves. Rahashim, step back three, just short. Rahashim, unfortunately, I don't want to make this the narrative, but is yet to hit a shot attempt tonight. Foul call, Barrino makes the lay-in, and one attempt for Barrino. She's having one heck of a night here tonight. Barrino, 10 points, 4 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals. She's doing it all. Most notably are those 4 rebounds, as all 4 of them have come on the offensive glass. A great indicator for how aggressive these Lady Lions have been. Barrino going to convert the free throw. Bring her total up to 11 points on the night. Wolves heading down the court here. Rouse with the ball picked up by Barrino at the top of the lane, or excuse me, on the halfway line. Simmons now with the ball, gives it to Rahashim. They're going to call an illegal screen on Simmons. Could not hand the ball off early enough to set herself. That's going to be called every day of the week. Turnover Wolves once again. The turnover battle is something we've touched on a couple times here tonight, and it has not gotten better for the Wolves. 23 tonight. On the other end, Begley three-pointer, no good, given by Dickens. Rahashim grabs the board, trying to beat 2 defenders of Banks and Vernon. She gets past them and gets away. Now on the right wing, screen set by Simmons. Barrino now hounding her. Rahashim drives inside, tries to dump it to Simmons, no good. Banks picks up the ball, and 3-on-3 for the Lady Lions and one by Dickens. She got absolutely smacked by Berger, but what a shot by Dickens to make that one drop in. Fantastic concentration by Dickens. I don't know how that fell, but impressive display of athleticism from Dickens. She is now going to head to the line to try and convert her and one opportunity here. She has played a fantastic game as well. A lot of these players don't see a ton of minutes on those bigger games, but obviously this just speaks to the depth of talent for this Lady Lions roster. All these players are showcasing their fantastic abilities here tonight, and Banks immediately goes for that board, gonna get herself a jump ball, but it's gonna go to the possession of the Wolves. Maddie Dickens, 9 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists, as well as 2 personal fouls. I don't know why I felt like mentioning that. But good job by Maddie Dickens so far here tonight, especially with that memorable and one. That's definitely going to be a highlight play for her season. Wolves on the ball now. Just 2:40 left in the fourth quarter. It's been all Lions all night. 23 points for the Wolves here. Simmons now on the ball. Tries to split the defenders. Loses it. Picked up by Lockett, who gives it out to Rahashim. Rahashim for 3. Short. Rahashim, going to be a memorable night for her. Just not going to be a positive one, unfortunately. Other end, Dickens gives it to Begley, who gives it back to Dickens, who gives it back to Begley, who gives it back to Begley. Begley going to miss the shot. Vernon gets the rebound. Misses first time. Vernon gets the board again and converts. It's becoming a staple for her game. The 2 offensive boards, 2 points combo. Dickens getting picked up by Rahashim. Stripped away by Vernon. Non-stop action here for the Lady Lions. Vernon brings it all the way down the court. Goes for the pass fake into the layup, but just took too many steps. Turnover by Vernon. But on the other end, great defense. She's gotten herself 3 steals here tonight. An absolute hound on the defensive end. Rahashim once again on the ball, shooting a concerning 0 for 22 here. She has not given up hope. Vernon immediately pressures Lockett, gets 2 hands on the ball, and we're going to see another jump ball. Possession this time sways the way of the Lady Lions. Inbound from Banks, given to Barrino. Barrino immediately fires it down to find Vernon. Ball tipped up between 2 players. They're going to say it was last touched by Vernon. Just 90 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of tonight's matchup. Lady Lions leading 90-23. As it stands right now, they're going to have an improvement in terms of their last meeting with this team. If you remember, they scored 96 on the 31st against the same team. But we're going to see an offensive charge here against Lockett. Looked like Vernon was the one that drew that. Vernon has come alive here in the last waning minutes of this game. She's been playing well all night, but right now she is in the spotlight. Vernon getting active immediately. Gets the lay-in. How about that? Draws the charge on one end, gets the layup in the other. Vernon now up to an impressive 18 points. She's tied the lead with McAllister, who's sitting on the bench. So every opportunity to hit the 20-point mark here. Rahashim now for the three, no good. Rebound Barino, she tries to keep it in and does. Barino coming down the court. You got three tired Wolves and a lot of energized Lions coming down. Barino, free layup down in the lane is good. She's up to 13 points. A lot of Lady Lions in double digits. A couple just 1 point shy. You've got 5 Lady Lions in double digits as it stands right now, with a couple potentially on the way. Just 30 seconds left here in tonight's matchup. Simmons' layup is going to go long. Rebound by Begley. 3-on-3 opportunity. Begley, mid-range shot. Just long. Rebound Montgomery. 18 seconds left. Rahashim probably praying to get one field goal to drop in live action here. Goes for the layup, knocked to be long. Simmons gets the board, hit from behind by, I believe, Vernon, and that's going to be a foul on the Lions. Simmons has been jostled around a handful of times here tonight, and this time no different, but she's gotten up each and every time. A credit to her ability, and she's definitely been the bright spot for the Wolves tonight. 12 points, 12 rebounds on the night. 2 blocks as well. So a good showing here statistically for Simmons. She's not going to head to the line. Rather, an inbound play is going to occur. Given to Rahashim. Rahashim wants one to drop. She gets her own board. Pound dribble and goes to the line. Just 3.5 seconds left in tonight's matchup. Lady Lions likely to end tonight with 94 points. Rahashim heading to the line once again. She has been active, to say the least, at the line. This is going to be her 9th and 10th free throw attempts. Hoping to end the night with 9 points. Lady Lions, though, what a showcase of talent. We'll get into it in a second in the postgame, but frankly, just a jaw-dropping display of abilities from all 10 of these ladies that have hit the floor here tonight. First one for Rahashim is not going to go. Another chance at the line here. She's shooting a 7 of 9 line right now. Which is 78%. It's a great statistic. Fantastic free throw percentage. Second one is going to fall, boosting her percentage up to 80%, and that is going to do it here. Your Piedmont Lady Lions, an impressive offensive showcase, put up an astounding 94 points to the Wesleyan College Wolves 24. Great job by the 10 ladies in white and green who stepped onto the court today to display their offensive abilities, their defensive prowess, and the Lady Lions are going to improve to a record of 10-5 overall and improving their conference record to, they can improve to 14-10 overall and improve their conference record to 10-5 overall, which is going to keep them at 3rd place in the standings. It is a tight race for the CCS championship. We have the conference tournament just around the corner. Of course, their next matchup is going to be against Maryville. That's going to be on the 18th of February at 2 p.m. So you do not want to miss that, as there's still a lot to play for your Piedmont Lady Lions. For the Wesleyan Wolves, well, they dropped yet another overall record. Now stands at 0-19, 0-15 on the conference year, and not much to be said. We're going to keep the focus on your Lady Lions as an impressive showcase by a number of ladies here tonight. 5 of them north of 10 points, 2 of them at 9. That's going to be Kelsey Banks and Maddie Dickens. Vernon and McAllister, the 2 big names here tonight. McAllister with the impressive double-double of 18 points and 11 boards. And Vernon, who not only put up 18 points, 10 boards, but the scary statistic of 4 steals as well as a block is so impressive to her ability on both ends of the court. It was a fantastic game for the Lady Lions, who played every single second as if it was the first, as if the game just tipped off, and you could tell by the pace they came down the court, the pace they came to move the ball, and, well, it's a lot of good things to write home about if you're the Lady Lions. Jamie Purdy's going to have a lot to think about when it comes to getting these ladies in rotation, because As I mentioned, this wasn't even the starting 5 that the Lady Lions traditionally come out with, but these ladies have shown their impressive ability to play the game of basketball at such a high level. For tonight, that is going to do it for the broadcast. Your Lady Lions, once again, are going to be playing on the 18th of February. That's our next matchup. It's going to be at home against Maryville, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're in the Demarest area, make sure to come on in. They are an exciting group to watch. For myself, Simon Johnstone, and the incredible crew of Danielle Percival, we thank you for tuning in to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Have a great night.